Alright, so in today's video I want to talk to you about the cook system that I brought with me on my fall camping trip. Now this video is supposed to be done outside, but it is extremely cold out and a lot of these components can't handle that kind of weather. So we're going to do it in the comfort of my kitchen today, but I'm really excited about this because I feel I've put together a complete system that'll help not only anybody getting started, but it will help you along the way. So as you advance into new skills, as you come across new techniques, these items should be able to be used without adding anything extra. So if you want to know what I have here, stay tuned. Alright, so one of the things that I really had to include in this system that raised a lot of eyebrows was this vacuum insulated stainless steel food jar. A lot of people didn't understand why I brought this, and to be honest with you, this was my thermos. Now when I first started camping, I had this little blue thermos that I got at a dollar store, and this one has the little cup on top. And I've honestly never ever used this. I've never even brought this with me. But this container right here, I really enjoyed. It did so much for me. It's got a nice wide mouth for eating out of. The fork sticks out so I don't have to dig my hand into the container to eat out of it. The only real issue I had was that it's plastic. It's very cheap plastic. Like I said, I got this at a dollar store a really long time ago, and so I didn't feel that this met the criteria of something that could adapt and advance you on your learning experience when it comes to cooking. It's just the build quality just isn't there in this plastic one, and that's why I chose this stainless steel one. I think that this one's going to hold up a lot better. It's going to be a lot more reliable, and it's going to be able to do a lot more. I think that this one's going to outperform this little dollar store one when it comes to keeping cold stuff cold and hot things hot. But at the same time, it still seals very well. My fork still sticks out the top, so I can use this as a bowl. I can use this as a drinking cup. I can use it to cook my food in. I can use this for just a bunch of different things. I can put my fire kit in here and keep it sealed, and it's not going to get my fire kit wet. I can use it to carry water over distance, like a water bottle, because essentially it is. It's just an insulated water bottle. And so there's so much that you can do with this. I think when I use this on my camping trip, I filtered water and put it in here, and then I had this in my tent. This was my water bottle in my tent, and it was just nice knowing that I didn't have to worry about my cup spilling and getting my sleep system wet. It was in a sealed container, and as I got thirsty I could get a drink, but at the same time there was no spills, there were no leaks. So that's why I like this small compact thermos so much. Again, I don't like those big ones. I like something that I can use as a bowl and everything else. So this is something that is a must-have in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't bring these, a lot of people don't use them, but I always did when I was first starting out, and now I have other stainless steel containers. But when I first started out, this little blue guy right here got me through a lot of different situations. So moving on to filtering water and using this thing as a cup, I chose the Sawyer Mini. And now the Sawyer Mini, again, it's a nice budget option. It comes with a straw, comes with the filter, and it comes with a little 16-ounce pouch, which works well with the 16-ounce food jar. And the reason I chose Sawyer over a Life Straw is because this can be used the same as a Life Straw. You can put the straw on it, and you can go to a water source and you can use it exactly the same as you would the Life Straw, but you can also filter water with the pouch. So you can screw this, you can put your dirty water in the pouch like I did, screw on the water filter, squeeze it into another container, and then you have water to drink. You can squeeze it into your cook pot and have water to cook with. You can just do so much more with the Sawyer Mini than you can with the Life Straw. And so I really feel that this is an important piece of kit. Again, it's too cold outside for this thing to be out here, because if there's any water in here, it's going to freeze and it's going to damage the filtering capability of this. And so there is limitations to it, but it's the same limitation that applies to all water filters. And so when it comes to the best bang for the buck, I feel Sawyer, you get a lot more out of Sawyer than you do with a lot of other filters. Moving on to the actual cooking system. Now this is an MSR Seagull pot, and I really like this pot. One of the best features of this pot, in my opinion, is the little locking mechanism here. So I can take this upside down and I can shake it and nothing's coming out. This thing is full of stuff and nothing's coming out. I don't have to worry about losing anything. I don't have to worry about anything happening to the contents inside here, because the pot's keeping it safe and it's keeping it all in place. So I really like this latch, and it's very easy to do. Yeah, I really enjoy this pot. The other thing that I really like is the handle. I like that the handle comes way out. It's a very long handle, and so when you're cooking on different devices, okay, so I have a canister stove in here that I'll show you because I feel it's the easiest for people just getting started to use. But if you ever want to cook in the fire, this long handle is going to get you to be able to place that pot deep in them flames or on those coals and be able to reach and get it out. And so I really like that long handle. Again, if you make a alcohol stove, this is just a little pop can stove with chicken wire on it. This works with that as well. It works with canister stoves, it works with alcohol stoves. It works with everything, and that's why I chose it. Again, the fire with that long handle, you can use it over a fire. It can do it all. So as you decide that maybe you want to cook something over the fire this time, and with an alcohol stove the next time, and a canister stove on some other meal, you can use this same pot and it'll adapt to all those different mechanisms. So I really like this container. Now diving into this container, we have the utensils and the stove and everything that I brought to actually eat with. And so the first thing is a little cotton bandana, and this is just a dollar store cotton bandana. I don't like this bandana, it's too thin. I don't like this, but you know, everybody has some kind of, I would rather use an old t-shirt. I'd rather cut up a chunk of old t-shirt than this, but that's just my personal opinion. When I was out there, I used napkins. I have napkins from the house that I brought, and then these are napkins from McDonald's. So I really spent nothing on these. It was just I grabbed extra napkins when we went in there to eat one day. And so that's what I used because it just worked better than that bandana. When it comes to my eating utensils, I just grabbed a fork and a spoon out of my kitchen drawer, and you don't need a lot of expensive gear to go camping. This is more than enough. Also, I have tongs. These are just little tongs. And the reason I have tongs is because you can use your spoon as a spoon while you're cooking. You can use your fork as kind of a spatula. And with the tongs, you just are more capable of picking things up and moving them. You can use it to stir. You can use it with your fork as a spatula. There's a lot you can do with these things. These things really are underestimated, I feel, when it comes to camping, because a lot of people like to cook steak and sausages and a lot of meat, and to have these tongs to turn them and flip them, it's just a lot easier than it is with a fork and a spoon. And it's a lot easier to carry than a big spatula or a big spoon. It takes up not much room, much more room than my fork and my spoon, but it can do basically everything they can do and more. So I really like that. The 3 as a combo is what I recommend. I don't recommend the tongs by themselves, but the 3 as a combo works really well. The next thing is a canister stove. And so here's just a fuel, and this is a real budget-friendly canister stove. It's really easy to use. You'll see Caroline use these all the time. We actually have 2 of them. And these just screw on to your fuel. And these ones are nice because they have a little electric igniter. And so you turn it on. You have flame. So you can adjust it high, you can adjust it low. You can get a lot of heat, a little heat. They're just very easy to use. I like this one because you don't have to worry about having an extra lighter. You don't have to worry about anything. And they're just super simple to use. Again, this pot works on it extremely well. And so you can use this pot with fuel stoves, alcohol stoves. Here's a Pathfinder alcohol stove if you want to buy an alcohol stove. It works on there as well. It's just every piece of gear that I chose for this I felt needed to be able to accomplish a lot of different things. The only thing you really have to buy to try something new is chicken wire. If you have the Thermos, if you have the pot and the Sawyer and the canister stove, you can get a little pop can alcohol stove, and you have your alcohol stove that you can use, you have your canister stove that you can use, and you can use open fire pit flame with this as well. Alright, so this is the budget camp cook system that I chose for my adventure, and I really feel that it's a really good beginner system. There's a lot of different things that I went over. There's some tips and tricks that hopefully you guys could walk away with. But I would like to know what piece of gear was your favorite. Or if you would upgrade something. Is there something on this table that you feel could be upgraded, or there's a better beginner option? Let me know in that comment section down below. My favorite thing is probably this Thermos. When I first started out, this little blue guy right here came with me all the time, and I felt like I was always finding a new way of using it. And I'm really glad that there's a stainless steel version that just feels a lot more rugged, a lot more robust, and just it seems like it works a lot better than this cheap little blue guy here. So this is my favorite, but what's your favorite? Leave that information in the comment section down below. Then make sure to like and share this video to help spread that knowledge and those ideas to the people we care about most. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and come join the pack. I have a new video every Sunday and Thursday, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.